Hi, welcome again. This is another walkthrough of another journal that I made. Previously I made one. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do walkthrough 1 and walkthrough 2 just in case, but just a refresher for those that didn't see the first one. I took out I was organizing my craft studio, and I took out a whole bunch of stuff to just make room, and I threw in there paper, trims, you name it, cards, all kinds of stuff in there. And so I'm looking at this and I'm like, okay, so what do I do with it? So I decided that I wanted to challenge myself, and I said, okay, so I have a few books there, and why not create journals out of that box, and whatever comes out of there, then that's what I will create with, right? And so I did. It was fun. I really enjoyed it. Granted, I had to put the book down and come back to it an hour or two later, or even 1 or 2 days, 3 days later, because I would get like just stuck, you know, those creativity, imagination, juices wouldn't flow. So, but you understand where I'm coming from, right? Okay, so yeah, so this is the second book I came up with, so I wanted to share it with you. If you're cleaning up, do that. Put stuff in a box and challenge yourself. You'll be amazed of what you can come up with. So here we go. You know that if you are one of my followers, one of my fans, watching my videos, you know that most of my journals, I like to cover the spine with some sort of lace or something. I do. I like it. I mean, I can leave them plain, but I just love it. I love giving it some sort of character. And you know too that each of I don't have a theme. Maybe one day I'll just pick up a book and I'll turn it into, you know, a journal with a theme. I don't. I like for each page to have its own personality. It's just like whatever I feel that day, that's what the page comes out looking like. So I kind of enjoy having each page just speak for its own, really. So anyway, okay, so here I used 3 different laces. I used this one, then I used this one. I thought this was pretty, and then there was something missing, so I added that trim too. Now these are bits and pieces, like I said, I've been accumulating in a box for the last few months. So it's not just like a one day I cleaned and no, I just kept throwing stuff there, and I still, like I said in my previous video, I still got a big one over here, which there's another project that I want to do and share with you daily. And so there was a different pieces of fiber and yarn, and I wanted to show you. See, like this one belonged to a card, so you could almost see, maybe the camera wouldn't allow you to, but you can see where there was a piece of tape there. So, and this tape here, and here, so you know, there were just scraps, and I just came up with this one. And then this here, it's a bead, and then I had tied it up here, see it, and I kind of turned it into a bow. The front, this was a big doily, this was a flower, and I tried to put ink on it. I'm not really happy with it, but it doesn't look that bad. I put it again, a doily underneath. I put my grommet here, you can see it, and then put it through the ribbon, through that piece in the doily and through the grommet. And then this was a plastic butterfly. I don't even know what that belonged to, but I thought it was, you know, give it a little bit more of color other than green. This was fabric that I have ripped up, and I thought this was pretty much appropriate for the book since it had flowers in it. So let's go into it. first page. I thought that paper was so cool, so I put it there. Again, there's no theme to the book. It's just is. Each page has its own personality. Then I put a piece, a pocket here, and so here's a little card. And again, I use ribbon for here, for the edge. I put a, this was a, I don't know if I should have put a bling there. Maybe I can go back and put a bling, right? And it feels like it's missing something. And then you flip it open. You can journal here. I found little quotes. I cut them out from cards and placed them there. This is another pocket. Then we'll go here. It's another pocket. Well, this is kind of like a flip. I put a saying there. I think someone made that for me, so I put it there. Again, I included stuff that people have sent me, and and some swaps. And I like to repurpose everything. It just breaks my heart to get rid of something. I don't. I need to make room to display other swaps and other gifts that people send me. So to display them and make them look pretty. So I need to make room. So what I do is I just took all the cards and some of the embellishments and threw them in there and in the box. And this is what I came up with. This was a card, and I just cut it out. It had what is this? I forget what you call this. Oh my gosh, it's the tip of my tongue. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. It'll probably come to mind after I shut the video down. And then these were cards, paper actually, and I cut them down, and I made two, and I tucked them in here. I just wanted you to see what, even using cards, how you can repurpose things. Here's another 2 pages. I think I stood within the same color scheme, not sure. This was a piece of paper, and I kind of liked that there, so I cut it around it and I kept that, and then put it in here. This was a punch flower. It had 6 petals, so I folded the petals and made a pocket. This was vellum. That was on a card, and it was vellum, so I cut it and I glued it there. Here I put a little tiny tassel there, flip, and you can put a picture or something in there. This was another one. I folded this page in half, put February on here, 2 glasses. I put flowers. These are cut from stickers. I put flowers there, and this here is another little pocket. And then what I did was I cut these out, and they're just tags that I made from leftover cardstock, and then I stuck them in there. Flip, and because this is small here, isn't that cute? I thought that was cute. I do on the on here. I use a chalk pen, and I did little circles there. And this, of course, is another piece of ribbon that I use in the corner, but I'll show you on the next page the purpose for that. I put a piece of ribbon there with a little loop, so you can hang anything on here, any embellishments. And that's holding this clock, 18th century clock, I think it is, 1817. And what happens is I put it through here. I didn't want it to look silly over here, but I didn't want to add anything, so I kind of just tied it up, and voila, it looks cute. And then I put her there. I thought she was so pretty, so I kind of made it look, you know, vintagey. And I put, these are foam. I cut those out. I don't know what they were from, but I think they were stickers or something. I cut them and I put them there. I put that silhouette there, and this becomes a pocket. Then the next page, I folded here. That was the envelope, and I folded it was, you know how it's a triangle, so I kind of folded and then glued it down. Pocket. This one too, this is fold, pocket, tuck. Another little pocket to tuck something in. I put the dress here since of the paper that I used had shoes on it. I decided that I would cut that out from a card, place it on there, and then these are her shoes for the dress, and I kind of made it dangle. Here you can see that's the sentiment from a card. I placed it there. Here. Remember how I had this here dangled, right? Of course it's going to go through the page, so what I did was I tied it, and look, it looks like it's part and it's meant for the page. In reality, it was just holding my shoes there. Then we go to, I showed you that page. That was, again, that was from a paper. I cut it out. I drew some a twig on his beak, and I traced it. Here's more trim on the edges. Here's another pocket. That was another card. It had little tiny mini buttons. I put it in here, place the face here, becomes a pocket, and pages to journal. These two, I put the trims on each side. I made some extra vintagey looking cards. I didn't put any string on it because, again, the person can put their personal touch on that. I try to contain myself, try to control myself from over embellishing, because if I give it to someone, I want them to add their touch, not mine. So I try, it's really, that part of creating is really challenging for me when I'm creating journals, because I gotta hold back. I gotta remember that if I'm giving this away, you know, that person is going to want to put part of them into the book. So I kind of try to control myself in that perspective. Again, this is another tuck. Those were rabbits that I had a punch, and I put a ribbon on it. This is another pocket, and it has sliding. I thought that was cute, and the person can always trace these out of cardstock and make them just like that, so they can always be replaced or added to. This one, again, I kind of try to leave it plain for that personal touch. See how this is another little piece that I had extra. I just put it on top of there, and I use my pen to highlight. Another one, another tuck in here, more ribbon on the side. This one, I thought it was so cute. I love the background paper, and I found that button, and remember the little tiny buttons? I found those. It must have fell from, there was like 2 cards that I had. No one gave them to me, they were just mine, and that must have fallen out. So I put it on there, I put that there, and then I hang string from here, and it becomes a sign. Here you open it up, and this is another pocket in here, and a side pocket. Pockets, pockets, pockets. This one I used my paper that I put in the earlier book, the first walkthrough. I used took paper, cardstock, and I painted with acrylic paints, and that's what I came up with. So I took a strip of that I had stamped on, and I put it here, and that's an envelope here. I made another card, slipped it in, slipped it in here, and sorry, continuation from the last video. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna try to see if I can edit it and put it together. I burnt my food downstairs. I was cooking and I'm upstairs. Oh my goodness. Anyway, back to the book. So here's another flip. Here I did an envelope, tucked something in. This was a punch from one of swaps that I did, embellishments plain, so I put it there and I traced over it, and it becomes a tuck too, so that's in there. This one from the earlier video, from walkthrough 1, this is what I was talking about. These are pages for little kids, so I kind of cut that out, put it there, painted, and just kind of, this was someone gave me this. This was a measuring tape, but it's made out of paper, so I kind of put it there. This is a tuck. It's a dress. I drew myself and I took it out, and I stuck smile in here, and then behind here there's more little cards. This is the pages that I was saying that I had created, and I put it in here. This part here, that's a combination of paper, cardstock, and this is fabric here. Then we go to this one. I put trim on each side. Again, from my first walkthrough for my first book, I had cut this out from a page, and here you can tell it's a lot more that you can see, and I added on to that. It kind of looks like either this is ripped or that page is ripped. This is another pocket with oh, whatever, with a thing here. Oh my gosh, now I'm thinking of my food. This is another pocket. I added a fabric flower, more tags in here. This was pretty. That's actually vellum, so I cut it and I put it on there. This here, I don't even know where I got that from, but it's a little mini album, so I stuck it on there. I put a sentiment here. I put trim here, and I found that little picture. I put it on there. Since that's a swan, I figured those two guys right there are on a boat. And next one is another tuck here. Let your faith be bigger than your fears. This one kind of left it plain. I put more trim on the edge. Here's another sentiment on friends and kindness. Flip. And this is the last page, but it's not least. I put an old car here. This is an old, from the same book, a library card thingy, and then I put some pages. I put it in here, and then this becomes a tuck too, and it has another tag. And that's the back. I left the back plain. Of course, I have to put my emblem here. And yeah, voila. That's what she looks like. Now, I wanted to share, before I close this video, again, I'm going to have to figure out how to add it to the other one. This was one of my first journals that I made, and I made this one in 2000. Yeah, the year 2000. And I found it. I was cleaning and I found it, and I wanted to share it with you. I kind of laughed because I've come a long way from this journal. What, it's been 18 years. So this journal is 18 years old. So this is what I used was, I think this is chipboard, and then I layered it with paper, and then I cut these out and I put them here because they feel like they came from a book or something. You can feel that it's like 3D. And anyway, so let's go in this funny looking thing. This here is one page where I kind of folded that style. I wonder, because I don't remember, you know, that fold, but that's what it looks like. And then I put an angel in there. I laminated this. This came from a book, I believe, and because it's sturdy, and I laminated it and I put it in there. Yeah, this is kind of weird. I laughed. Field trip. So, and then I did the same thing here, laminated that, imagination. So this was a whole pocket. It was folded into it. Then we go here. That's another little pocket. This is another pocket. So I like pockets because I'm still into them, but these are all like little envelopes. I like the folds of the page. I think that's better than gluing the triangle on it. So it's pretty cool. Oh, this one is a single one, I guess, and I put that little tag in there. Another, that's kind of cute, right? Put a picture on there. This one opens up. Oh, and this comes off. And that's pretty neat. A little suitcase. Now this was kind of really weird because it's all different. Is this a pocket? Oh no, it opens up. That's pretty neat. Just a piece of rope. Here's another same style pocket here and there. Remember the happy times. Oh, and I put the ribbon in here. Then it came across here. See how it has no style on it? This one, of course, was sideways. I don't know why I put it sideways. Another pocket. These were doors. I guess I was trying to collage there. I still do some of that style. This was cute. Opens up and it's a pocket. Oh, it's the whole entire page. It's one page folded, and then I cut it here, here, and there, and then I lift that up, so it's three-dimensional. See where you can see where I kind of did a poor gluing method. And there, another pocket, family tree, secret pocket. This one, of course, I did it sideways again. Why, I don't know. Another pocket. And that was the end. And this is 18 years old. I kept it in Ziploc bag, so that's why it's all intact. But yeah, so let's look at it side by side. See the difference? Practice does. Okay, yeah. So if you enjoy this walkthrough, give it a thumbs up. If you liked it and you want to continue to watch them, please do subscribe. And if you want to be notified every time, my granddaughter is behind me listening, and if you surely want to be reminded that I uploaded or be notified, just press the little bell there. And don't forget to discover. Go ahead and explore it, and don't forget to inspire someone. And if you have been inspired in any way in this video, if the walkthrough inspired something in you to go and create, and you want to share it, please do share it. Share inspiration. That is what the kingdom of art is. Discovering, exploring it, and inspiring someone else. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.